Hello there, this is Hirak again, and welcome to Canada True North. This is the second part of our video series where we talk about the cars. So, you must have seen the first part of this video wherein I talk about why you should buy a car and what are the kind of manufacturers who sell the car. In this video, we are going to talk about some of the finance options and then the maintenance and pros and cons of buying a new car. So, let's get on with it. All right, welcome back. So the first point is car leasing. Now, leasing is a relatively new concept for somebody coming from Asia because though the concept exists in India or any other Asian countries, it's mainly pertained to businesses wherein big companies allow you to lease certain cars from their account, and then you can buy those cars. So if you look at car leasing, it's basically like renting. So if you have a house and you rent, it works out much cheaper than probably the mortgages that you pay if you try and buy a house. So the concept of leasing is basically, if I take an example, so suppose you want to buy a car which is around $20,000. Now if you want to go for a lease, you basically, the company, what it does is, let's say you want to go for a 3-year lease, the company will see in 3 years what would be the depreciation for the car. Again, it depends on the kind of car you're buying, but let's say for example the $8,000 is the depreciation. So you end up paying those 8,000 in 3 years as a monthly equated installment, which is basically the lease premiums that you pay on your car. Now, end of the 3 years, you either have an option of buying the car for the remaining $12,000, or you can give it back to the company and take another lease. Again, the amount of lease or the premium of lease depends on how many kilometers you're opting for. So you have kilometer limits like 15,000 kilometers in a year to 20,000 to 25,000. If you go up to 25,000, your lease premium does increase because the company thinks that you're going to drive more, so the car will depreciate more. So that's the kind of concept that goes with car leasing. Now coming to our second point, which is car loans. So this is like any other loans that we take in India. You basically approach the company. Let's say you have around $2,000 and you use it as a down payment for the car. The rest of the money, let's say about 18,000 in our previous example of a 20,000 car, you take the loan for the rest of the 18,000 from a period ranging from 5 to 7 years. Now, as a newcomer, you may not get 7 years because of not having a credit history. But if you give a higher down payment, let's say around $5,000 or $6,000, then you can get a 7-year period. And there's a quick tip for you guys. Basically, if you're a newcomer, then dealerships like Honda, Toyota, and other good brand dealerships, they offer cash discounts for newcomers ranging from $500 to $1,000. They do not tell you upfront, but you need to ask. So if you ask them and they have this option, you can almost save close to $1,000. The next tip is basically pertaining to banks. Some of the banks like RBC, TD, and CIBC, they have car loans, and in those loans, for a newcomer, they easily process the loan because you don't have much of credit history. Some banks may not agree to give you the loan, but as a newcomer program, you might get those loans, but then you will end up paying higher premium because the interest rates will go up for those kind of loans. But then if you have a bigger down payment, you can look at those options. So this brings us to a third point, which is car maintenance. Now here I talked about the distances between workplaces and where you're staying. Yes, the distances are big, but then again, the roads are pretty good shape. I would say 90% of the roads are in pretty good shape. So the maintenance of the car, you don't have to spend so much time with it. And the maintenance period also increases. If you take an example of me, I almost drove around 30,000 kilometers last year, and I did just about 2 maintenance trips to the workshop. So the first one I did was as soon as I got the car. I got a used car, so as soon as I got the car, I did in the middle of the year in around July, and then I did one more service maintenance for the winters. So before winters came, I did a service to check all the nuts and bolts and oil changes and tires, etc. So if you do 2 service maintenance, you can get by for almost a year, driving around 20 to 30,000 kilometers. So as you can see, because the maintenance cycle is longer, you basically end up paying less. In terms of fuel cost, currently it's about $1 for 1 liter of fuel. So it works out to be about 55 rupees if I have to put it in Indian currency. So that's quite cheap, and even if you're driving for long distances, and because the roads are good, you get good mileage, so you don't end up paying more for the fuel. So this brings us to our fourth and final point, which is some of the pros and cons of buying a new car. So the first advantage of buying a new car is of course the warranty that you get on a new car. Because it's fresh out of the factory, you get much higher warranty, around 3 to 5 years. But if you're getting a used car, you really don't get any warranty. You will have to purchase a third-party warranty by yourself, so that kind of adds up to your monthly cost. If I look at another point for buying a new car, you have the finance options. So you get lease, loan, as well as you can do an outright purchase. But with a used car, you don't get the lease option. You only have the loan or the outright purchase. And if you're buying from private seller, of course you don't have the loan option as well. You have to pay it upfront. And then coming to the next point, which is the condition. Of course, the condition of the new car is going to be much better than an old car or a used car. You will have to check more for a used car, how good it is maintained and what is the condition that you're buying. If you are interested, I'm going to do another video wherein I will walk you through some of the points that you need to see for a used car. So stay tuned for that. And if you are buying a new car, then you also get more features. So more high technology features like front collision and autonomous braking, etc. And if you are interested, we have this video where we need to talk about 5 features that you should need on a car that you're buying new over here in Canada. So have a look at that. You will get a lot more information about the features that you should go for. If you're going for a used car, those features you may not get, especially cars that are older than 2016, because those technology was not there at that time. Those were some of the things that we wanted to share with you. I hope this video was helpful. Do like, share and subscribe to our channel, wherein we bring you more such informational videos that can help you settle down fast here in Canada. I hope you like this video, and until next time, bye bye.